Okay, so in our last notes with triangle, the angles of triangles, I showed you one of the proofs that was a column proof. So if I can show you that again here. Kind of looks something like this right here. You just you have the statement, and then you list the reason for each statement, and then try to prove, here we try to prove that measure of angle 1, 2, 3 is equal to 180 degrees. Okay. Now there's another way to do that, and that's something called a flow proof, and we've looked at these before, and we're going to try to prove a different theorem, because with this one here we tried to use an auxiliary line to prove that this was equal to 180 degrees. Now we're going to use this exterior angle theorem, okay? And that says that this exterior angle is equal to the two other angles of the triangle. So whatever this measurement is, these two other angles are equal to that angle. Okay? So let's look at how we would do that. Okay? So a flow proof is just where we write statements in boxes and then just progress down through each step. You might have think of algebra like we did this with solving an equation like 3x plus 7 minus 2y equals something, and then we just slowly work it through in a flow pattern. That's kind of what we're going to do here. If you see here, we're given the triangle ABC, and we want to prove here the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B equals the measure of angle 1. These two equal that. The exterior angle, and that's the exterior angle theorem. Okay, so we kind of got to have two branches here. I'm just going to show this to you all at once and explain it to you. So here we might have two branches to do this. Sometimes you do. And let's just go through this. So we have a couple givens. Okay, first one, we have the triangle sum theorem, and it says the measure of angle A plus B plus the measure of C, or we could call it 2 if you wanted to, they're equal to 180 degrees. That's just the triangle sum theorem. But then we could also look at these other two parts of this. So we have angle 1 and 2, and we could say that these two form a linear pair. So we would write that angle 2 and angle 1 form a linear pair, and definition of a linear pair. And then we also know if they're a linear pair, they're supplementary. So angle 2 plus angle 1 are supplementary, because if they're linear, they are supplementary. So then the definition of supplementary is 180 degrees. Okay, so then we have these two things that are equal to 180 degrees. We know that these exterior angle theorem, 180 degrees, and we also know that the triangle angle sum theorem is 180 degrees. So then we combine those two ideas. So we have this one over here, this is this part, right? And this one here is on this side, the original one we did here. Okay. And then we're going to end up with, though, if you look at this, we have measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus, and we could call this C or 2, it doesn't matter. Here I'm calling it 2, but the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 1. And now here, so we have measure of angle 2 on both sides, we can use that subtraction property, and we can take the measure of angle 2 out of both sides. If we did that, they would then be gone, right? They're gone. And then we have the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B, and the only thing we're left with is the measure of angle 1, and that's what we wanted to prove. So this here shows you how you can do a flow proof, just listing each step in a box as you're going through. This one's a little bit trickier, though. I just wanted to show it to you. It's one from the book, and we'll see if we get one of those in homework as well. So that's that flow proof. Check it out, add that to your notebook as well.